This conference will now be recorded. This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. Model and popover window, right? This two things we are discussing in the morning. Okay. A model is model window. When you say when you say a window is model, then it's um, it can be triggered with the help of user interaction. User interaction. Okay, maybe a click of a button, or link. So you just uh, open a window, and that window will blocks the user interaction with everything on the page. You got me? It will block it. It will block the user interaction. That that everything on the page. Right. So the model is used to bring a pop-up, and that will prevent user to interact with everything on the page. So you need to dismiss it. You need to dismiss the page, to continue your the current page. Okay. So take an example here. I just take some record page. On click of a button, it opens a window, right? And everything else behind the page is blocked. I cannot, unless I close it, unless I given value and save it, I cannot, I cannot close this window. So I need to dismiss this window in order to continue with the current application. So this is going to be your, the model window. Okay, got me? Am I clear? Okay, so you have to press escape key or close button at the top right side, close icon to close the model window, right? And how to bring the model window in the lightning Aura component? Then we'll go for two framework. One is two rules, right? Two steps you need to follow. One is you need to include the lightning overlay library in your component, lightning overlay library in your component, and in your controller side, on click of any event, on click event or any action, then you just um, open the custom model with the help of show custom model method. Okay, so in the model, the method will have parameters. You need to set the parameters, header, body, footer optionally. Okay, and show close button. So whether button should appear at the top top right side of the corner. If you make it as false, the button will not appear. But when you press escape in your keyboard, the pop-up will go away. Okay, else you can show the cross icon where the user can click over it and close the pop-up. Able to follow this? Okay, and you'll also have a close callback parameter. It's nothing but what needs to be performed once you close the button. After you close the button, after that action is performed, if something you need to perform, then you can have it here. You can have it here. Got me? So maybe the successful message you would like to show it. Okay, so like that. Now suppose I click, I insert a row, right? I insert a row here and save. The record is saved, and there will be some message I would like to display over here. So that is the action I like to perform. See here, the message is appearing, right? This message is called a toast message. That's also we are going to see how to bring this toast message. So something you need to perform after you close the button, then you'll have that business logic inside this function body. Okay, I'm clear. I'm clear, able to follow this, both of you. Shall I proceed? Okay then. So what we did in the morning, right? So we are everything we made, but we haven't included this interface because the model pop-up will work when you implement the page in any of the record page or home page or application. It will not work in standalone application. Standalone application means what? If you have a standalone app, something like this, then I try to preview the component, then the pop-up will not appear. The pop-up will have effect, the overlay library will have effect, the custom model will have effect if the component is placed in the lightning experience, not as a standalone app. Okay, able to follow this? So now we have this interface. We have this interface over here, and so that I can place this button in any of the pages. I just go with the account record page. I'll explain this later. So I'm in the Lightning App Builder, and this is my the component, and I just drag and drop this component. Okay, so this is a component. There is a pop-up, a button labeled as pop-up. There is a button labeled as pop-up, isn't it? So name it as open pop-up. Refresh this. Open pop-up. Save. I just see the record page and we'll now test it. So when I click on the button, the pop-up should open. So how it brings the pop-up? We have this included this overlay library component, right? So that we are going to locate using a find method because we had a RID, locate it and perform this show custom model, right? And the custom model will allow you to customize the header, body, and you decide whether show button should appear or not, and what needs to be performed after the close callback, and even you can have a CSS classes. You can apply some look and feel. So right now it's going to display the model with models class in Lightning Design System. If you take the Lightning Design System, there is a inbuilt helper class called models. From there, the Lightning, the overlay pop-up, custom model pop-up look and feel will be derived. Okay, so that's what you are going to see here in your Lightning experience also. The similar style, you will see, you will find it in your custom model pop-up. Okay, so if you go to Lightning Design System, models, yes. So the similar style, look and feel, you can find it. But if you like to apply the more stylings, then you can customize your CSS class. Those things you can apply it. Okay, to get if you like to get more spacing, you can use any of these stylings, and even you can additionally you can use all these stylings. So let's first see, how we are able to bring the pop-up. Right. So now I have a button here. It brings the pop-up, right, and the header and the content as we given here. The content, okay, the header and the content we set it here, and the close button, isn't it? So either you press escape, okay, and or else you can close button, and you see here after the button is closed, the alert message is appearing, right? So something needs to be performed after you close the button, model, then you get here. You follow this, all of you? You follow this, right? So this is your model pop-up, right? Suppose you like to apply some CSS, then there is a parameter called CSS class, and you're going to apply the CSS over here. When you apply the CSS, first you have to name the class of your CSS class. So I just name it as, I go to the style bundle, style element of the bundle, and I just say my model. This is how I name the class. So this name I can use, my model. Okay, and you have to refer the component name, from which component, within which component you are bring this model pop-up. What is the component name? Overlay example 1, right? That you have to give here. Overlay example 1, and that must be prefixed with C, and you just make it as caps. That's it. Got me? Able to follow this? Line number, yeah, you have to give comma, right? Because there is a parameter next to this. So you have to give, all these are a parameter, right? Header, body, close, show, close button, close callback. So you have to refer the CSS class in this naming convention. What is the naming convention? The CSS class, what are the CSS class you're going to provide here, and next to that, right, before that, you have to give the component name prefix with C. So this is nothing but the namespace. What is the default namespace? C, right? C is a default namespace. So namespace and then component name, then space your CSS class name. So now you'll see if any style you apply here, that you can see that will appear there. So I would say background blue, and let's see. Right. So right, you see here, now the background color is applied everywhere. So we need to specify. Which component of your model you like to apply this styling. Okay, which component of your model you like to apply this styling. You got me? You got it right? What is the naming convention we follow here? So now I need to define which part of your custom model you need to apply your styling, whether it's a header, body, or footer. What I'm going to do, since I mentioned the pop-up will derive the style from the Lightning Design System model, right? So what I do now, we are going to change the background color of the header, for example. Then I just go to the um, the header part. uh, SLDS model header, SLDS model header. So I'm going to apply the stylings for it. So here what they did, in this example, they don't show the header. So they apply this CSS class. So they remove the header. But now this is my main class. So for this class, I'm going to apply my own styling. So what I'm going to do, right? This is the main class here, right? Now my custom class is my model, and okay, and we know like the custom model will inherit the styling from this SLS model. That's what we are looking into this page. Now I'm going to modify this header. The background I would like to make it as blue. Able to follow? Well, very good. So let's see. Isn't it? The header alone is, the style is applied. Isn't it? So similarly, you can uh, see, whether anything else we can do things. What is this? The footer, right? Footer has the buttons, cancel and save. The footer has button cancel and save. This can also be done, but I think we need to take up different other topics to bring this. I know we'll discuss later. But now you can set the footer. If you want, you can set the footer also, right? And footless, Choco, check this model. If you like to apply the styling for your content, uh, this is a class you should have used. Okay. And is there anything for the footer? Okay. Yeah, this is right. Footer and the content. So, footer, and I say gray. Anything else? Small pop-up, medium pop-up. So which class decides this, right? Which class decides this? This one, right? So if you like to apply, different stylings, you can also override this using this. Okay, so that's how you can refer the classes here. Right now, let me see. Okay, now, right? So blue and gray for the body, and of course the footer no was not included over here. The footer parameter was not applied. Footer, let's see. Come. Yes, right. Anyway, no, this is a model pop-up. So let me copy this example for. I'll give some content here later. And your CSS class. To do this. Right. So this is your model. Then we need to say pop-up over, right? Okay. You follow this? So popovers, sorry. So models and the popovers. So popovers is again another window you will pop up. Okay, like your model, but this is going to display the information related to the reference element. Related to the reference element. Suppose I am going to uh, keep the mouse over on some element. Mouse over, right? Keep the mouse over. What I'm say here is, yeah, you see here, you get some follow label, right? Some type of, so this also, it's kind of pop over. You can say it's a pop over. So pop over can be need not be over on the element. It can be a window. Okay, it can be a window, right? And similar to model, the pop over can also be opened because of event, like a button click or a click on a link. You can bring a pop over, right? Like your model window. And the pop over also has a close button, and right. But popover will not block your user interaction, right, with other. You can close it when you move away, right? You can set the time to close the window. And the popovers will not, you cannot have control like what you have in your model, like a header, footer. You cannot have a control on the popovers. So there are some differences. Okay, what are this difference we discussed? Got me? So you got me? So when you keep the mouse over, or then on click of a action button, or on click of a link, you can bring the popovers, right? So how do you bring the popover? A popover you will derive the styling in different class from the lightning, not like a model class. So it's going to derive stylings from popover. These are it going to derive. When I say it derives inherit stylings from here, then this is a class you are going to use if at all you would like to override the CSS classes for this popovers. Right? Okay, like this, right? When you keep mouse over, it opens, isn't it? Or when you click off an action like your model, you can open it. So now, let's see a quick example. Okay, so this is going to be your this popover, and popover. This is not mandatory. I've just given the name, not mandatory. And then I say, and then okay. So again, we're going to locate. So what is the name we are given? Overlay library. Sorry, here library dot. So what is the method this time we are going to use? Show custom model was the method we used for that one, a model. But this for method we are going to use is popover method. Okay, and we're going to set the parameter. And we cannot have control over the header, footer, and all. We have control over the body. Right. What does it mean? I just given some command here. It means no, with respect to the element on which you are no bring this a pop-up depends upon that position will be set. Model will set it in the middle of the window by default, right? Middle of your screen page. But this will set with respect to the related element on where from which element you are going to initiate this popover. Okay, and I think this will bring now. We'll see. Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Right. Let's see. Go to the first one. I just labeled as model, and this one I named it as popover. And sorry. or example 2. Okay. Okay, show power. Okay, refresh. Okay, right. You see here this portion with respect to the element. So it's portion over here, right? So okay, but here it's always portion in the middle, of the page, but it's portion with respect to the element. So escape, it will. Okay, yeah. So how to position this? Now we need to position this on the right place, right? So I just go to the lighting design system over here, and we'll see how to position this. Position top center, position top center. Okay, and mm, yeah, you need to highlight and keep the cursor. No, drag the cursor the right side. Then you will able to see the full content. No, and my model. Then save. Okay. Sorry, here I would say my model and mm, namespace overlay example 2. Let's see. Okay. No change. No change. Let me check the naming convention for this. Suggested by. But I believe we can set the uh, height and all. Right. We'll try few CSS then It's not okay, maybe you can try later, play around this. This is not the objective of the session, okay, but you can play around later. Just trying some quick CSS parameters, to see the demo. Uh, okay, I think the class what we refer is incorrect. The reference, how we are making the reference, that we have to make sure we are applying the right um, class here. Why don't we directly, give it here? Okay, let's see. No. Difference. Okay, then fine. We'll look on this example maybe later, and I will give you. Okay, so here show custom pop-up, right? Okay, so pop-over class and okay, comma separated. So this is something different. That's how I'm seeing here. Okay, they're given it in this naming convention, and um, a reference vector. Okay, div reference. Okay, if you have any division here, okay, in this example, they key the mouse over, then on mouse over event, they call the method, and on click of the button, they call the method. So two things. If you are mouse over, then you'll have a reference selector here, whatever the ID given here, the class. The class name you'll refer here. Okay, the reason, you'll apply some CSS stylings for that uh, class. Okay, I think that's a idea. right? So CSS class, and you see here this way you can give the SLDS class with comma separated, isn't it? Okay, you go with comma separated. Maybe we'll try this quickly. Then I will go with comma separated format and see how it works. Now, so come here and so with like comma separated, we'll try that one as they given. And there is a class right here in order to display that the top middle, I mean top center. Okay, so left SLDS pop over walkthrough, no pointer, and all those things. Okay, okay. Let me try quickly. Footer? No, I don't think so. Footer will work out here. Okay, let's get last try. Okay, no issues. Let me work on offline and get back. Okay, we'll because it's we just require some proper naming convention needs to be followed here. That's it. Okay, right. So these are the two ways we have seen to bring the popovers and model. There are two ways we have seen, right? So what are the right now? I just remove this because that might confuse you. I will get back with the working example later. Okay, I get back with the working example later. So now, what are the other ways you can bring the pop-up? There is a completely using SLDS. You can also bring the pop-up, right? There is a predefined component, predefined method, but how to bring completely with help of SLDS classes. You can also bring, pop-up with completely SLDS, pop-up or models, whatever, pop-up or models. If you see the models, you see I can bring the models with help of SLDS classes also. Okay, so that's the classes we were overly also inheriting, right? Now I'm going to use these SLDS classes directly in my component to bring the pop-up. Models are used to display the content in a layer above your application. Okay, if you come down here, just take an example, models. I go to models. I just take models, then you can try in the popover. Yeah, model. And so this is a code. Okay, this is a code responsible, to bring. So I just copy this, the entire code. Right? I copy this entire code and then create SLDS. Right. I just give this. So I don't need this to be implemented in Lightning experience. This can run in standalone app also because there is no overlay or custom pop-up which doesn't have any dependency. This can previewed in standalone application also. Okay, so okay, we need to discuss SVG. SVG can be discussed later. I just remove this SVG. SVG things and all. I remove this. We have header. We have a section inside which we have header, and we have a content, and we have a footer. That's it. Header, header element, content, and footer. And now I'm going to preview this. So why I'm giving this example, even if you something is not working in your you got it. If something is not working in your inbuilt CSS, I mean inbuilt Lightning components, you can go with SLDS class also. See here, I'm going to bring, right? I'm able to bring. I'm able to bring just preview this. I'm able to bring the pop-up, right? You got me able to follow this? So simply we can now refer from the SLDS classes and we can bring whatever things you have seeing there that you can bring it in your Lightning experience. Able to follow this, all of you? So I can also bring a pop-up with help of SLDS classes. Pre-built SLDS classes, right? Okay, it doesn't have any dependency like only it works everywhere, right? It's not just in record page. It's working anywhere. Standalone application also it works. Are you good here, all of you? Are you good here? Okay. So that's what I'd like to explain now. We'll continue tomorrow morning. Okay. I'll update some the text over here. Then I can upload into folder. Okay. See you tomorrow. Take care.